It's Thursday. It's 7:30, which means it's time for Live with Simone.
I know Thursday, it's weird, but uh, I guess the part of not being so weird is because I feel like I've been on the road for about, I don't know, a month, and
Hey.
I kind of have been. So,
Yeah, you've been a little
uh,
busy.
oh my goodness, it's been a crazy, crazy month. And that was my dog, one of the four that are here with me. But no, it's been a busy month, but I have to say that it's been an incredible month for pickleball. And for me as well, of course. I'll just say that for um, especially I guess in this stage of my career, I um, it's so exciting. I think it's so exciting for pickleball, just because of everything that has been happening. But I'll start first and foremost, Eddie. Um, I went to New York and played the APP there, and it was pretty cool, like very surreal to be on those courts. I had been there once to watch tennis. I never played there for tennis, but being able to play pickleball at that facility was pretty amazing. This we had a little tour of the inside of the arena, and for a second, Ken and I were there, just ourselves, just kind of looking around and, in my head, just picturing, some of the pros that have played in there. So it was phenomenal. New York, on the other hand, it's a little busy.
Yeah.
Complain sometimes we take it for granted, but I complain about traffic sometimes here, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like traffic in New York is madness. So yeah, that was not the so fun part. But other than that, the weekend, yeah, it was great to be there, and everything. We had a little bit of rain, some rain delays, but everything ran smoothly, and it was a successful weekend. And then after that, I came home for about 3 days, and we left for MLP, the Major League Pickleball in Austin. And I tell you, like, I'm not exaggerating. I am still tired. It's Thursday, and I think a combination of the play and adrenaline and excitement, and just the whole event itself. It was like I felt like I was always on. I barely slept a weekend, because I think by the time we'd get back to the hotel, I was still so wired. And just thinking about the next day, and just so looking forward to just competing. And I can't remember the last time that I was so excited and nervous, and just kind of being in a different environment was refreshing. I'll start. I guess I'll start by saying that Steve Kuhn had a vision, and I was unable to play last year, like in October, because that was probably the worst time with my injury, and I'm so glad that I was able to play this one, and just talking to him, I was like, oh my gosh, I am so looking forward to playing in the next event. I think the uniqueness of the MLP, it's more because it's all about us. It's just the pros that are there. There was over 50 of us there, because there was some that were also the like the extras, so in case somebody got hurt. Um, but it was the event itself. It was about the pros playing in a team, and it was just, it was very different, very unique. I definitely felt like a superstar, in the sense, like, wow, they had all of they had everything set up for us, and The courts were set up nicely. They had a great attendance for the event. I don't know. I don't know how it looked for the people watching from home. But being there, the energy is just so unique. I mean, I played college tennis and coached college tennis for many years, and that's what it felt like, but to another level, because sometimes in college tennis, we have like the parents and some of our fans, but it's also tennis facilities are huge. So they're kind of spread out. We're in a, like one pickleball court. That's all our team used for the entire event. And the energy and all of it that was happening was so exciting. I mean, Eric and I were talking about, and Eric kind of said the same thing. Like, I couldn't sleep last night. I was still so amped up from, the matches that we had all day. So honestly, like I had a blast. I have to say that it's probably the best event that I've been a part of since competing in pickleball. So and not only Steve, but all the people that work with the Major League, Brooks, and pretty much everybody involved. They were all like, they were so organized. They were all over everything. Just I don't know. It's just very unique. I feel very lucky. Our team is awesome. Our chemistry is amazing. Rob Nunnery has an injury. I can always empathize with that, and he had surgery yesterday. So last minute, we got Pablo, who is actually from here, and he performed. I mean, like he was great. Him and Lena were on fire. Mixed doubles, they won all of their matches, and then Eric and I, we're gonna work out our kinks, but we played pretty well. We had, I mean, honestly, every match that we had was close. Especially the semifinals was, we were 20-20, and then we lost 22-20, and that would have given us the win. But I'll get over it at some point. But at some point. But Lena and I met her just after the. I've never really talked to her, but after the just before MLP, we kind of talked, and we ended up playing against each other in New York. And it was a super like friendly match, and we were like, we're gonna be teammates next week. And she beat me up, but just partnership wise, I really enjoy my time on court with her. I think she definitely, most definitely was able to put up with the crazy. Sometimes Simone tends to get a little crazy and talk in third person as well.
No, not you.
But yeah, not me. I actually sent a photo, a snapshot of one of the photos that they sent to us of her and I. And I had the crazy face, like when I was saying "come on" to her, and my comment was something, along the lines like, "Wow, this is how I look like." Because when you are in the moment, you don't see yourself, but your partner, who is right here, sees this crazy face, and I'm like, "Wow!" And and she's a sweetheart. She's like, "Oh, I love the intensity," and I was like, "Sure." the like in your face. And I think it was Jason, or no, who was it? Oh my gosh, getting so messed up right now. But from the kitchen.
Oh, Jared.
Oh, Jared, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was gonna post it, but he said something was not good with the quality, maybe. But he got a video when like Lena and I had a huge point, and we won the point, and I went in, I think, for a chest bump with her, and it kind of failed, because I think she was like, "What is this woman doing?" So he has the video, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to post it or not. I just wanted to see it because I'm pretty certain I remember the point exactly, and I'm pretty certain it was pretty hilarious because as I was going in for the chest bump, I think she was like backed up a little bit. But overall, I think definitely something that I like I said, I so looking forward to playing. There's two more this year, so yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully, we'll continue playing better and better, and especially I felt like we had the biggest following because we're our owner is Gary Vee, and I'm sure you know who he is. And he has I learned a lot, the NFTs and the V friends that they own these. And I learned a little bit. It's like cryptocurrency in a way, and I was just like, oh my gosh, is this something tangible or not? And anyways, we went on for a little bit talking about it, and they were there. They like every day that we competed, there were several of them there. And on the first day, especially, they were super loud, and it was quite exciting. I can't describe it. I'm pretty sure that one of our matches, our opponents were like, you like telling the referee you might need to talk to their fans that they can't talk in the middle of the point. But yeah, but like I said, it's just the vision. I think if you haven't heard of Steve Kuhn, I know that I know a little bit about him, but the little that I know is that I believe the guy is pretty wealthy, and just talking to him, you can see that his intentions and his goals for what he's doing are very genuine, and just the intention is there. And I don't know, I feel like I'm pretty decent at reading people, and I just could tell that he's so passionate about doing this. And I just feel he gave a little speech when we were doing like a meet and greet, and he was talking about how his goal is because our team was very international, and he was talking about how his goal was to take pickleball or help take pickleball to the Olympics, and talking about Los Angeles, and I was like, wow, if somebody can do it, it's probably this guy. And that's what I was thinking in my head. And just the way that he was talking about it, it was just like, I felt very connected in the sense like he wears his heart in his sleeve. Like you can tell that he is really, really into this, and it's just like I don't know. It's a refreshing, I guess, to see, because you know how it is, like in the world in general, everybody has their own agenda, and and I just felt like it was really important to him, and that he wanted to make this really, really amazing event and create something unique. And goal accomplished, buddy. That was amazing. So.
Yeah, that was super cool to watch. I think we're gonna see some amazing things coming from it. It's such a unique take on pickleball. And real quick out there, guys, we're gonna be making this a little bit of a short one tonight. But if you do have a few questions, please go ahead and post them in there on YouTube or Facebook, and we might be able to get to a couple. But I actually did have one question for you, Simone, and it's around Major League Pickleball. The energy of that place you talked about, obviously, like, you can tell it's different. It feels different. There's unique partnerships. There's different chemistry. And I feel like the level of competition is there, and it's taken seriously, but it also has kind of that, I don't even know what the right term is, like that fun, positive, team-oriented energy towards camaraderie that you miss sometimes on championship court. Let's face it. Sometimes, and I'm not saying you're part of this, but sometimes things can get a little heated on championship court. Sometimes it feels like the the dark side of competition can kind of come out sometimes. But with Major League Pickleball, it doesn't feel like that. Can you talk about why you think that is? Is it because of the team? Like, what's that all about?
I think that absolutely. I think that everybody was competitive, everybody wanted to win. There were questionable calls, and I honestly, I truly believe that I've always talked about this, that we see what we want to see. I very seldom believe that people are trying to cheat, like on purpose. So I really truly believe, and I know people disagree with me, but I truly believe that we see what we want to see. So if somebody makes a close call, is because and they're adamant that the ball was out, and the ball ends up being that it was in. I don't think that this person saw that the ball was in, and they're like, oh, let me cheat here, opportunity to cheat. That was out. It's often, like I said, often or most of the time is because they truly believe that that ball was out, and that's the call that they make. And plus it's so fast, and I think that that's where like that gets the heated part of it. For me particularly, what I love the most was that sometimes especially because where your part or your team was, it was right by the baseline. So if there was, like, I remember, like, if when Eric and I were playing and there was a really close ball to the baseline and we played it, and then I looked over to our team, to Rob, and Rob is like, yeah, that was in. And I was like, I'm so glad I didn't call it. But I think, like, even if you make the call and your part, like, your team is in the baseline, then it's pretty easy to solve that issue because they're gonna be like, oh yeah, that was in, bad call. But I think that in that scenario, in that team atmosphere, is much harder, I think, for also the bad vibe, I guess, or the drama to happen, because you got four people, and everybody is feeding off of each other's, like,
Mm-hmm.
energy. Um and I think if you take it, it's very easy it's that domino effect, right? Or osmosis, where, like, if I all of a sudden take something personal and I get upset at, like, an opponent, then all of a sudden my entire team is going to do the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like, because like almost all of the players that were there were more experienced players, they knew that by doing that it wasn't going to benefit them. So often it was more towards good energy, good vibes for the team, to keep that, positive. Um, just it's the body language is so important, and the mentality is so important when you're in a team atmosphere. So I think that was definitely a difference maker. Created an environment where it was to the benefit of the team to behave that way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, and I think it definitely showed. We have a question here from Don Rooks on Facebook, and Don is asking if you can explain the size and makeup of a team in Major League Pickleball.
Yeah, so the teams are formed of four people, two of each gender, and so the first doubles was women's doubles, and then the second doubles was men's doubles, and then there were two mixed doubles matches. In case of a tie, then we did the Dream Breaker, which we won one and lost the other one that we played. And man, that was intense. That, because it's four, so the score is to 21, and it's rally scoring, and then there's a freeze at 20. And I do believe that this is very similar to volleyball, or what volleyball did this at some point. I can't remember, but definitely it was the teams were put it in groups, and groups of 4 teams, and there were 3 of them. And then we played all the teams in our group, and that was randomly picked when we were in New York. And then the teams were drafted by the owners. And a bunch of people entered the draft. Some got selected, some didn't. But pretty much there was an order. There was rationale to it, and fairness among all teams. And then pretty much whoever got to 20, you would freeze your score, like, because it was rally scoring. Then at 20, you had to score only when you were serving, like regular pickleball. And then also you had to win by 2, so there were no 21-20. But yeah, it was, it was the dream breaker, the singles, the tie. It was for you, like the order that went in. It's back and forth who decides first. Like if the opposing team says, okay, my first player is this person, then you can say, okay, this is my first player, and then goes back and forth. But it was 4 points each, and then you swap with your teammate. Like tag team.
And how did you come up with the order? Did you know the order of the other team when you guys were determining yours, or how does that work? Because I'm assuming you want to be strategic about it.
Correct. So first you decided, like with the number, like we do regularly. So let's say if I won the toss, I could decide if I wanted to serve, receive, or side. That was the first choice that we got. So let's say we chose side, then the other team would choose to serve or receive. And that was going to be the case for the entire 4 or 5 matches. Then the second option was to choose the advantage. So you could choose that you wanted to receive the lineup first for mixed doubles, or you wanted to receive the lineup for singles first. So you got one or the other.
Okay, that makes sense.
So for example, we took the mixed doubles because, I mean, honestly, like I knew my chances in singles were going to be pretty slim, and Eric hasn't played that much singles. So we felt like our best chances, which happened to be that the 3 matches that we won, 2 of them were without singles. The only one that we won with singles was the first match. And I think is basically because we are all fresh, like Eric and I were still fresh. But like in the semifinals when we went to singles was pretty rough. I mean, so we felt that the advantage for us was to pick the mixed doubles order, like receive so whatever they would tell us which team, and then we would pick next.
All right. I like it.
Yeah.
We got a question, and this might be the last one here. And this is from Madonna Moyard Stoyov. I hope I said that okay, Madonna. And Madonna asks, where do you see pickleball in 5 years?
Well, I think that if it keeps going at the rate that it's going, I think it's just the numbers are going to continue to rise. I just think there's so many influential people playing and really hooked on the sport. I think that definitely there will be more money for the professional players. I think what you're going to see for amateur players is going to be more and more facilities. I mean, it's already happening. You see that. So I would say in 5 years, you could see like pretty much every community, like most of the communities here in Naples now have pickleball courts. And I feel like they know that if they don't put a pickleball court, it's a disadvantage that they they have to, right? I think that it would be the growth of it, more and more communities, more public courts, definitely a lot more like the chicken and pickles of the world. I think that there's already quite a few, and I think that I see the growth in that, because it's becoming more and more for all generations, right? When I first started playing, it was mostly the baby boomers, but now I believe that the average age has to be down in the, I would say probably late 40s to early 50s, where it was 65 when I started. So if not lower, who knows? But I'm telling you, that is young professionals. I think that's those places with the food, drinks, and pickleball courts are definitely places that can be successful and help the growth. Just because now it becomes like a pastime, a really truly something that people look forward to doing after work.
That's great. I agree. I think the trajectory is going to keep going up and up, and I think the ages are going to keep coming down and down, and we're going to see some explosions in the next 5 years, especially with things like Major League Pickleball.
Oh my gosh. Well, because that also, just think about that. This is the other thing that I was thinking, that with the budgets, and I know that will be rocks thrown at me, but I just think, like, I was involved with tennis for a long time, and um, just think about like having team in like pickleball in college. The teams would be probably combined, men and women combined, and much smaller. And the usage of courts, you would have, you could probably have two tennis court converted into four pickleball courts, and you're good. So that, I think, that's something that I see. I don't know if it's the next 5 years, but if it keeps going like that, and like I said, Major League Pickleball opens the door for that, for pickleball in college. I really truly believe the likelihood of people coming to watch uh, a team event like that would be possibly higher than the the amount of fans that we would get in tennis. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at.
I like it. And I do just want to give a quick reminder out there. We definitely want to keep this content coming to you guys, and we don't want to charge for it, right? We want to keep this coming for free. So there's a great way to be able to help support that, and that is by buying some merch. I have the t-shirt on right here, the Simone t-shirt. We have mugs. We have towels, which, Simone, next time I see you, I gotta get you a couple of these. I don't even know. This towel's so huge. You probably can't even see it on the screen, right? Comes in all different.
Showing my leg.
Yeah, all different stuff out there. Go to simonejardim.store. You can use coupon code Simone10 for 10% off your order. As I mentioned, we want to keep this coming to you guys for free, and it's a great way to help support it. And if you have any products that you want, please let us know. A few people have asked for visors. I'm working with the company to see if that's something we can offer. Unfortunately, now it's not. But if there's anything that you guys are interested in, please throw it in the comments, and we will see if we can get that over to you. So go check it out. Simonejardim.store.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, the one thing that as I start to think about some of the things that we want to do, and I've had quite a few people approach me and just say how much they love the information that we get out there. So we always want to continue to improve. One of the things that people have asked me quite often is like evaluating like a match. So I think that we can like if we can get, and maybe and Eddie, I'll let you kind of figure it out with me how we can do this, that we would get, I would say not a match, but maybe if people want to send in, and please like send in 1 point, but what I was thinking is if we got, maybe for the next live, if we could get people sending 1 point, and we got about, I don't know, like 10 points, I can, or maybe less, we'll see, but we could go over those points and kind of talk strategy. So, and the level does not matter. Any level we can, like, again, we can talk about some of the things that are going on. And if they send a video and they have a question in particular about that video, even more helpful. So what do you think?
I like it. I think that would be good. And I know that I would love a service like that, to have someone like you take a look at my game and offer some things. So yeah, we'll,
So because again, I want to make sure that I am, this is the part where I'm trying to reach out to as many people as possible. So we're not going to evaluate somebody's whole match. So it's going to be a point, for like one individual. So we might, hopefully we can get about 6 points, I would say 6, 7 points that we can evaluate. But please don't send Eddie like a whole match. You have to send, like, I'm sure you will know, like, if it's a whole match versus 1 point. So, but yeah, so it's very, very important that we get 1 point, and if you have a question to go along with it, even better. So that way we can kind of like, okay, here are some things that I would recommend you working on, and this is how this went right, and maybe this is how it went wrong.
I think it's a great idea. Probably the best way to get them over to me is to email. You can email it to eddie@eddieandwebby.com, or you can reach out on Facebook. I'm listed on there as Eddie Adkins, or if you can't find either one of those, you can reach out to Simone on her Facebook athlete page, and then she can give you my contact information as well. But I'm excited. I think that's going to be a great service, and I think there's going to be a ton of value that we can provide for that.
I think that's the amazing thing about pickleball, right? Like, the fact that I am so close to the people that are following me, that watch the videos, and they love the content, and and I'm always open to ideas, and I'll say that I won't use all of the ideas that I have been given, but when I hear a good one, I always I'm always paying attention. It's just that means like, oh, maybe that's a little too difficult, or maybe we can't do that. But this one, I love it. I think it's a great idea. I've heard from a couple of people actually, and so I think that is doable. We'll give it a shot. We'll try and see how it goes. But again, like I said, any level, just make sure that you get it to Eddie, so that way the video quality is also good. So that way, and other people will learn from your videos. So just be aware that it's not just, it will help this individual, but it will probably help a lot of other people that may have the same exact issue.
Absolutely. And Kathleen asked a question. Eddie, is your last name Atkins or Adkins? It is Adkins with a D, so Adkins. Good question, though. A lot of people get that confused. And if you want,
you're not the Atkins diet guy.
No, yeah, it's people always think it's the Atkins diet guy, but that is not me. I'm with the D. So yeah, again, you can send it to Eddie@eddieandwebby.com. You can reach out on Facebook, and if you can't find either one of those, then go to Simone's Athletes page, and she'll get you my contact info.
Perfect.
Yeah. Anything else you want to bring up here tonight?
No, I think that's it, unless you can think of anything. But I think that's our next little project. We'll start from there. And like I said, Thanks everybody that comes up and says hello. And I believe that I'm pretty approachable. So there are times if I am not that approachable, it's probably because I just lost a match. So sometimes I need a few minutes to kind of regroup and get myself back together. But for the most part, or if I'm going to a match, usually I try to kind of keep my head focused. But yeah, for the most part, I'm pretty easy to kind of talk to. So yeah.
That is, I can vouch for that. She's very, very approachable. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And next week, are we gonna be back on Tuesday next week?
We can we can work it out. Well, what I was gonna say is it all gonna be really up to you with the videos. Kind of seeing what you get and quality, and if anything, if we have to do a post or something, so that we kind of give a little bit more direction with the video. But I was gonna mention something else when doing the video, or sending if they are doing a video, make sure that like we are able to see the whole court is always best. So, because sometimes people will just have like a kitchen cam, and it's a little bit, it's good, but if it's only there the entire point, it's I like to see the view. The best view actually is from behind, because you can see positioning of the players much better that way.
Great idea. And maybe we could do a social media post kind of lining out what we're looking for, the format,
Yep.
making sure that you let us know which player you are in the court as well to be able to focus on. Not that you wouldn't give advice to the other players in the
Oh,
court if they do
everyone.
something
Oh,
especially
yeah.
well, but yeah. Awesome. I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to that. I
absolutely.
think it's going to be a lot of fun.
So that's what we'll have to chat tomorrow, and just kind of maybe give them a few bullet points. Uh, Me being the video expert that I am, but I'm sure that I know that when videoing the certain angles, like which way you videoing, and then also the quality, like stuff that I have no clue about. So yeah,
We got you. Awesome. I'm looking forward to that. I think we're going to get some good stuff. So please
great.
send it on over. Cool. Well,
All
then I
right,
guess
Eddie. Well, have a good night, and good night, everybody. And thank you again for all the support. And we will be chatting soon.
bye, everybody.